Well, it turns out we may not need Gronk to come back midseason after all, because the Bucs just picked up a Pro Bowl tight end. Let's talk about that and more on the Boat Parade.
You know you can look me in the eye. It's all because of Jesus. He the reason I'm alive. I live by faith, by grace. You know that I ain't gotta strive. They told me tone it down. I told them.
Yo.
My name is Jared. His name is Ryan, and we are the Boat Parade. Welcome back to another Meet the Boys segment where we're talking about different players that the Bucs are picking up. Ryan, something awesome happened last night, and it's something that was on the rumor mill, as one would say, for the past week or so.
The rumor mill.
It looks exactly like that. Real thing.
It's not even
physical
a circle.
rumor mill.
It's an oval.
Anyways, last night the Bucs signed Kyle Rudolph.
Yo.
And I was just thinking about it. Nobody's came out and said this, but what I think happened is that Tom Brady basically went to the front office and was like, yo, I need another tight end.
I think Gronk may actually be telling the truth. I forget what his girlfriend said. I need a tight end.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some validity to him coming back, but still, even then,
Can't bank on it.
you know, non-related to this, you just asked me in the car a little bit ago, hey, who are our top 3 tight ends? And I went through who they were, and we'll get into it, but basically you were like, dang. Anyways.
My question is, though, because this guy's great, we're going to talk about him, but can we get a little reindeer on his uniform?
Because his name's Rudolph?
I mean, can you imagine if they had if like around Christmas time, he came out and instead of his number, it was a reindeer on the back of his jersey? There's a whole reindeer. Everybody would know right away. Bang, that's that boy, Rudy, that's that boy.
Okay, Ryan, great. And whatever, in your fantasy world of how football works, let's do it.
I think in pictures, so I just that way.
I just think Tom Brady said, hey, guys, I need another tight end along Cameron Brate. So let's see what we can work out. So they made it happen. So let's talk about Kyle Rudolph a little bit and what this looks like for the upcoming season. First of all, he's the literally exact same size as Gronkowski. He's 6'6", 265, which is what Gronk was, literally to the pound, and he runs a 4.7. So he played in college at Notre Dame, which we'll get into a little bit later because Tom Brady had a little bit of a funny joke with him. And when he was in college, he wore number 9.
Yeah.
So today, Kyle Rudolph tweeted him in a Bucs uniform, obviously edited, but number 8, which is pretty cool because you couldn't do that a couple years ago. And now he's going to be wearing number 8, similar to 9, but obviously Tyron wears number 9.
One better.
8's lower than 9.
Right. So I guess you
were talking about like first place,
like closer to number 1.
So Kyle Rudolph, he was drafted by the Vikings in the second round of the 2011 NFL draft. So he's going into his 12th season this year.
That's a lot of football.
He's been a Pro Bowler twice, once in 2012, once in 2017, both with the Vikings is who he was drafted by.
That kind of goes to show like he's a very durable player. And so in football over the course of a career that long, a lot of times a lot of guys don't make it that long without significant injury or some sort of, something along that line. But he's actually been very rock solid, very durable.
He actually is durable. And I think 9 of his 11 seasons played, he's played in 10 or more games, which means that he hasn't suffered a substantial injury long enough to take him out for more than a month and a half or so.
He's played more than 100 pro NFL games in a position where you're getting smacked every play.
Yeah, because he's blocking. He's going up against linebackers, going across the middle, so on and so forth.
You think Tom was like, yo, guys, find me an identical replica of Gronkowski who's active in the league and bring him to the Bucs.
So
I don't care what it costs.
Height and weight, we got him for you, Tom.
Height, weight, type it in. There's like 2 options. They were like, well, I know he went to Notre Dame, but let's get this guy,
All right, so in his career, he has played 156 games. He's had 479 receptions for 4,745 yards and 49 touchdowns, and we'll put up a graphic for that so you guys can see visually. So it's not Gronkowski numbers, but he also didn't have Tom Brady as his quarterback for his career. So there's a give and take there. I totally get it. Here's the joke that I mentioned earlier. Adam Schefter tweeted this. Kyle Rudolph chose to play in Tampa despite the fact that former Michigan quarterback Tom Brady told his new tight end that he can't be his first read because he went to Notre Dame. So obviously some Michigan Notre Dame beef going on there. Beef. Funny stuff. Obviously he's joking, but sometimes a little bit of humor is what you need to push a free agent over the edge to get him into the locker room.
That was a long time ago for both those dudes. It was like For Brady, that was like 2 decades ago.
Over that.
And for Rudy, that was like
over a decade ago.
That was like, yeah,
You're saying
15
Rudy
years ago.
because he went to Notre Dame, but his name's Rudolph, not the red-nosed reindeer, but I get it.
Hey, if he comes out.
So even though his best career years were in 2012, 2017, both when he made the Pro Bowl, I think that it's a smart decision for the Bucs to sign him, Ryan, because Cameron Brate was tight end 1 on the roster, and I know a lot of people in Tampa Bay weren't the happiest about that, even though I have faith in Cameron Brate. But besides that,
Yeah, I like Cam.
the only other tight end that the Bucs have on the roster besides Cameron Brate is Cody Mcelroy. He has 1 career catch, and it was in 2019.
What about Cade Otton?
Cade Otton is a rookie. He was just drafted.
He's lit, though.
He was just cleared by the training staff to be able to participate in training camp coming up here soon. So that's something exciting to think about.
Grind.
I think he's tied in 3 on the depth chart at the moment. But if he has a good training camp, you never know. Training camp's brutal, but they're going to go into a couple weeks, and then literally like they have 15 days of practice, and then they play their first preseason game, and then now we're football season.
That's
it's that
wild
close.
how fast. I love any, like, I don't know, obviously going into the preseason games, but I think over the next couple weeks – They're gonna look at these guys and they're gonna find who's hungry, who wants to play. Is Cade? I don't know. He's got to come out the gate kind of running. He's got to come out hot. And
well, he will. He got hurt towards the end of his college season, and then got surgery, been rehabbing ever since. So he's been like itching to get back at it. And now it's his first time in the NFL. You don't think he's gonna go out there full go?
He is, but it's also his first time in the NFL.
And then it's another level of speed. When you go to that next level.
You're coming back from an injury right into NFL training camp. I mean, he could also get tossed around a little bit.
Well, that's expected to happen. Then you live and you learn. Now you're playing with grown men.
That's right.
And you'll learn from it.
I know it's Meet the Boys, but it could be Meet the Men, especially for Rudolph.
This is the boys because they're our boys. We're going to be doing a lot of Bucs content coming up soon. If you've made it this far in the video, let us know what you want to hear concerning the Bucs. We'll be asking on Instagram to get some ideas from you guys, but we're heavy Bucs right now, and it's going to be exciting. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We'll see you next time on
The Boat Parade.
You know you can look me in the eye. It's all because of Jesus. He the reason I'm alive. I live by faith, by grace. You know that I ain't gotta strive. They told me tone it down.